family. We refer to them as the Sopranos on motorcycles.
With a vicious dictator at their center.
He is probably in the top 2 or 3 most evil people I have ever arrested.
John Napoli was a gangster.
They're the Breed Motorcycle Club, and they'll stop at nothing.
I don't think we even gave a just don't with us.
Documentary TV. Pennsylvania. The Cradle of Liberty is the nation's 6th largest city. Its nickname, the City of Brotherly Love, suggests kindness and a generous spirit. But this otherwise peaceful city has a major problem. Outlaw biker gangs. Warlocks, the pagans, and even the notorious Hell's Angels all wreak havoc here. There's one gang that is more violent and ruthless than all the rest. The Breed.
Every single person in it was absolute maniac and dangerous as they came.
Headquarters are 22 miles from downtown Philly in Bristol Township. The Breed may be the most secretive biker gang in the country, and just speaking about the gang to anyone can mean death. Big P has to have his identity concealed.
Every single time that we were out, there's drugs, alcohol, pretty girls, and Breed members. It's just a combination that usually results into something bad for somebody.
Big P was just back from Vietnam when he joined the gang in 1971.
Most of the time he ran into people that had something bad to say about the Vietnam War, and I was the bad guy.
The Breed formed in 1965 and quickly gained a reputation as the most violent gang in the Philly area.
Everybody knows the Breed, knows of the Breed, and the reputation of the Breed as being violent. Don't mess with them.
The gang's standard operating procedure: eliminate everyone. Jeff Antonucci spent 10 years battling the Breed.
They would hang out in the bars and approach the owners of the bars. They wanted to get paid, and if the bar owners or the businesses balked at that, they would bring their club members and take over the entire establishment.
Not all confrontations were about extortion. Some were just for fun.
Some idiot comes in the bar, he goes, "Which one of you bikers are Wiley?" The whole bar, they just said, "We all are," and they proceeded to beat this guy's head in. Never found out it was the guy's old lady.
The Breed is smaller than mammoth clubs like the Hell's Angels, but their 200 members are spread across the Northeast and Midwest. And they don't let their size hold them back.
If you look at a club like the Hells Angels or the Outlaws or the Pagans, they come with mass numbers. There's thousands of them. The Breed doesn't have that amount of numbers, so they need to gain respect in other ways. Beatings, assaults, firebombings.
They call the Philly area home and are willing to defend their turf at any cost.
It didn't matter if you were a larger club or a nationally recognized club. If you came through that area and they didn't know about it, they would confront you.
Many take any challenge personally.
I think what makes the Breed different is that they're a homegrown club. They live and die where a lot of them were raised and born.
This also plays into their secret culture. Usually friends of friends are selected to join.
If you look at that whole club, they're all pretty tight-knit. Nobody's really from far away.
Smokey asked to have his identity concealed. He'd always wanted to be a biker.
If I was going to join a club, it was going to be the Hells Angels because, growing up, you always heard of the Hells Angels. The Hells Angels, that's what I wanted.
Smokey changed his mind about joining the Angels shortly after he opened his own motorcycle shop.
The day I opened the shop might have been the worst day of my life, actually.
It was the day Smokey met the leader of the breed. John Jr. Napoli was vice president of the Pennsylvania chapter of the breed for 4 years. He come down to my shop, said, I heard you're joining the Hells Angels, and I said, it doesn't matter who I join, because you're not going to join the Hells Angels and have a business in my area. Had built himself a ruthless reputation.
Napoli's reputation in Bristol was don't mess with Napoli.
By 1995, Napoli had already been in and out of prison.
Stabbing, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. He did 4 years of state prison for that crime.
This is a young thunderhead. Always looking for some kind of excitement to do.
Napoli grew up around the gang. His dad, Harry, was an original member. But John was a different type of biker.
He doesn't have the typical biker persona. He's not tattooed. He doesn't have a long beard. He doesn't have a ponytail. And he very rarely rode a motorcycle.
But Napoli's ambition made him a force to be reckoned with.
I think John Napoli wanted to be more of a mobster than a biker. The breed gave him the mechanism and the tool and the backing to do what he wanted to do.
Napoli wanted absolute power. As soon as he became a member of the breed, he started angling to be a chapter president.
John Napoli increased the levels of violence greatly. And that many of his actions were done to put that message out that the breed should be feared.
He started taking substantial steps toward that. He was involved in a couple vicious assaults on civilians.
Kirk Schwartz asked to have his identity concealed.
He ran it like a mobster by insulating himself and isolating himself. If you look back at the mafia cases of the past century, they were typically the same.
There was a method to Napoli's madness. He wanted the breed to take control of crystal meth trafficking in North Philly. They were already selling in Bristol, but Junior saw the opportunity to make millions. To do it, he would take out anyone who stood in his way. Thomas Burke was a breed prospect. As a recruit, he had to follow the orders of full members or risk their wrath. John Napoli asked Burke to deliver a half-pound of crystal meth to a customer in New Jersey. Burke refused, breaking the cardinal rule for a prospect.
John Napoli wanted him to do some specific things, and Thomas Burke balked at it.
Napoli was furious. He would teach Burke a lesson. March 8th. Burke was invited to John Napoli's house. There, he was cornered by 3 breed members. They beat Burke, viciously kicking and stomping him until he passed out.
He woke back up. He tried to regain his composure, and at that time, Napoli attacked him again with a cordless drill and began putting drywall screws in his arm.
Berg passed out again. Then Napoli